Milking devices are being hung to dry at dairy farms, and cattle are being sold across the state.
No, it was emotional at first. The last cows that we loaded to leave was a little emotional.
Scott McAdams was the co-manager of ATR Dairy in Mayo, Florida for 12 years. He and his partner sold their herd of more than 700 cattle in the beginning of summer.
The future of how the dairy business is going, we decided it'd be better to sell now before going into more debt or losing more money.
McAdams says the business has experienced plenty of ups and downs in the past, which is typical, but the last 8 years have been extremely unpredictable.
And everything was going great. Then 2009 hit. The feed prices skyrocketed, milk price dropped, and we started to lose money.
And this year was looking worse for McAdams. He says they couldn't afford the current feed prices with unpredictable milk prices, and it forced him and his partner to close their gates for good.
Into the distance now, it's not looking a whole lot cheerier.
Mary Sowerby is a regional dairy agent in Suwannee County, and she says this isn't a state problem, it's national. According to Hoard's Dairyman, a national dairy magazine, between 1992 and 2014, the U.S. lost almost 2/3 of its dairy farmers. Sowerby says the United States needs to find a better way to balance supply and demand.
Whenever the price goes high, dairy farmers get excited, they add cows and produce more milk, usually to their own detriment.
She says even though the number of dairy farms is going down, there's plenty of milk.
For the future, I unfortunately see fewer dairy farms, and I'd like to say that the price of milk will level out, but probably not.
But where did the ATR dairy cows go? Well, the majority of them stayed in Florida, and I was able to find a farm that bought some of McAdams' cows.
So when I went to the sale, I had one thing in mind, was that I wanted to see Eddie and Scott have a good sale. So I was going to try to buy a few.
Matt Lusher is the owner of Lusher Dairy Incorporated, a 600-cow operation in Hawthorne. He says even though he bought some cows, all dairy farmers are feeling the pressure.
We're going to fight our way through it by eating some equity. We're going to continue to produce the best product that Mother Nature ever invented.
Lusher's farm provides for about 75,000 people, and he says he wants consumers to learn about the product that comes from his animals and goes to the store.
I think that folks should understand when milk is $4 a gallon in the store, that I'm not making $4 a gallon.
Lusher's making more like $1.30 from that gallon. He guesses at least 28 out of the 127 dairy farms in Florida could go out of business this year. We won't know the exact number until the end of 2016, but Lusher says if the decline continues,
you're going to be seeing your milk brought in from either offshore, or we're going to see milk brought in from western states.
Lusher says dairy farming isn't just about making money. He says it's a lifestyle filled with passion, and McAdams says he feels the same way. He's proud of what he and his partner have accomplished.
We've done a lot over the last 12 years. We're not, sad or down on ourselves for going out of business. It was a good experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Renee Wilson, WUFT News.